it's Ashley Howard here with Ashley Howard Teaches, and today I want to tell you all about my top favorite 4th grade homeschool curriculum choices. Listen, I don't want you to have tears during math time. I don't want you to have tears during reading time. Let's make 4th grade fun. So come along with me and I'm going to tell you my top favorite choices. And first, we are going to start with math. So math was a major pain point for us. We really struggled. There was a lot of tears with math until we switched to this curriculum. So I will show it to you. We'll do a little flip through and it is right here. So this is Math Lessons for a Living Education. We're actually on level 6 because, as I said before, we had a lot of tears in math. Once she started this curriculum, she blossomed and took off. So she made learning her own. She wanted to do more and was more excited. It's a Charlotte Mason type math. So instead of having a lot of just worksheet after worksheet, there's stories that go with it and they make it real life situations. For example, they might say something about tithing and taking 10% out. There are different aspects of it that really make it hands-on. The other day we did net income versus gross income. All great things for them to learn as they age, to know how to make these equations and to make learning not only good and deep and fun, but also to make it applicable to their life. So I am so excited to flip through this curriculum for you. So let's do a quick flip through of this math so that you can see for yourself if this is something that you enjoy. So right here we have whole numbers in the real world, which talks about why math is important and the reasons that we need math in real life, and also how it applies to the Lord. So there's a Bible verse that's included. It talks about ways that we can apply this to our life and how the Lord loves us. So I love that they marry those things in there about math, about the Lord, about learning more about our world so that we can be better equipped. So I love this curriculum. So let's flip to the math areas because that's part of it too. So we have different things. We have averaging numbers. We have a lot of decimals at this level. We have a lot of fractions. We have some Roman numerals, and there were so many different things. So you can look for this book and you can look through the table of contents. Also, when you go on their website, there is a place where you can find out what level your child should be on. So I love this curriculum. We went through this really fast. It's been really fun and really educational. So I highly recommend this one for all ages. So next, I will show you our favorite all-around homeschool curriculum. So we also chose to do Gather Round, and this time we chose South America. We have loved learning about the different cultures in South America, about the different landmarks, about the language. There's a few places where it even teaches us about Spanish, some common phrases. We learned all about the animals in South America, from anacondas to the poodoo deer, the smallest deer there is. And my kids can really recount all of this information. We kind of go over each week the different things that we've learned, and then we recap about the different countries. It's great for geography. They know where each country is located within South America. And we've even learned about exports and imports, all while learning handwriting, Bible verses, geography, history, you name it, we've learned it. So I feel like it's a great all-around curriculum, especially if you have a big family, and especially if you want everybody to come together and sit at the same table and learn together at their own rate. So with Gather Round, they have the youngest, they have different levels. So this is the upper elementary. It's all based on the same subject. It just makes it more difficult as you get older, so it applies to their skills. So I love that my family can come together like that. So I'll just do a quick flip through. So here we always have drawings. We have Bible verses that we learn. We have some spelling even. We have different interesting facts. This was a fun one. The pink fairy armadillo. We love learning about that. We also have geography. We have stories that we write. There's so many different things. So here we have a language arts story. So it has everything. So that's what I love about it. I love that it's kind of a catch-all too. So if I miss something that week, that is my go-to curriculum. So we use this curriculum 4 days a week because we are also in Classical Conversations. And that is a community-based program that is based on knowing the Lord and knowing the Lord well and learning. It's a more classical education approach. But what I love about Classical Conversations is that we learn about geography, we learn about history, we learn about Latin, we learn about science, we learn about fine artists, we learn about orchestra, you name it, we learn it. So I love that it has a broad compass of things that we learn. So if you don't have a community, I highly suggest you find one, because what it's also great for is having that community around you to surround you and for you to love other families who are homeschooling. So we have loved Classical Conversations. We have so enjoyed our time meeting different people, but also just having fun things like Valentine's party and Christmas party and those fun things that we might feel like we miss out on if we're not in school, but it kind of brings that all together so they have the best well-rounded experience. And that way they also kind of have a school that they kind of go to. So we love that about CC. And also, we love our Spanish curriculum. So for Spanish, we've used this curriculum for many years, and it's kind of grown with us. It's called Song School Spanish. So we did level 1, level 2. That's your beginner curriculum. And then we moved on to this new section of Song School Spanish. It's from the same company, but it's the higher level because she's starting to go at a higher level. So I will show you that. It is called Spanish for Children, and this is Primer B. There's a Primer A also. We've already gone through that. So that might be the level you're looking for. If you're a total beginner, go to Song School Spanish level 1. If you're kind of in the middle, Song School Spanish 2 is great. And if your kid knows their basic vocabulary, let's say they know their colors, they know their animals, they know like what teacher is, school supplies, basic Spanish vocabulary, then go ahead and move them to Primer A. That's where you're going to start to learn verbs and verb conjugations. And as you get to Primer B, you're moving up and learning phrases. You're learning sentences in Spanish. So it's all building. So I highly recommend, even if you have an older child and you're just beginning, it's great to go back to that first level so that you have a great basic foundation. So this is Spanish for Children. I'll do a flip through. It's very intense. It's not your easy Spanish. So we are learning in this book all about conjugating verbs. Do you see this? We're learning present tense, preterite tense, past tense. We're learning all these different tenses in our verbs so that we can use those verbs and apply them no matter what verbs tense we're trying to use. So I love that it's a building block program so that if you start them at level 1 and you keep moving with this program. I will do a quick flip through. We haven't gotten through much of this book yet. We just got through with Primer A. So as you can see, we're using sentences to talk about the time. I love that. We're using different verbs and different tenses, and we are using different vocabulary words. They're getting more and more in-depth vocabulary. So I highly recommend this program too. We've tried a lot of Spanish curriculums. We've tried Rosetta Stone. We've tried so many different ones, but we have really enjoyed this one. So I highly recommend this one. And next, that brings us to history. For history, we use America's Story 1, and we have really enjoyed it. And why do we enjoy it? Because it's a Charlotte Mason type history program. It's not your dry, boring fact history book. It is in-depth and it's fun, and they take you along for the history ride. You feel like you're walking through history with them. While they give facts that are wonderful and great, and it totally goes through each information of each different chapter of history, it also is kind of story-based so that you don't feel lost in all the facts, but they kind of bring you along for a ride. I will say it's my kids' absolute favorite thing to do during homeschool. They actually ask if we miss it. They say, what about history? We forgot to do history. So as you can see, and my kids love to be outside. They love to do different things. So for them to want to stay around and do school, this is huge. So they also have a book that goes along with this, an activity book. We haven't used it as much, but it's a wonderful addition to this program to really cement their knowledge and all these different facts. It has some questions, it has some sketching, so it's really good for hands-on. In fact, I wish we would have used it more. We just didn't have enough time this year. We kind of ran out of time. So I love that. I would highly recommend buying that too. So I'll go through history, And it has some good pictures. It has great vocabulary in here. It goes through all the history so thoroughly and so well. And I love that you get to see real places. And it actually encourages you to go visit those places. And what a wonderful thing to do. So for Bible, I have a favorite Bible curriculum for my daughter. So we have used a lot of Bible curriculums. There's so many great ones out there. We have loved this year More Than Words by Rebecca Spooner. Now, if you recognize that name, she's the same author of the Gather Round series. So as you go through More Than Words, it really has you do a lot of in-depth thinking as an older child. So there's a lot of copy work. There's a lot of different prayer requests that they have in there. I'll do a quick flip through of the kind of the back. There's poetry study. There's different memory work. We just love that. It gives different stories and even talks about art, about character qualities. Whoa, that's huge, about being loyal, optimistic, joyful, serving, kind. It's a Christ-focused curriculum, and we just love this Bible. My daughter gets it out every morning and does it without me even asking, so she really enjoys it too. We are also reading through the kids' Bible read through the Bible for 7 minutes a day for 365 days. So we love that one too. That is a very good one. We do that one every day together, but this is kind of an addition, like a character quality study, if you will. So we really enjoy that. So I also wanted to show you this. We love good books, and I wanted to share with you what I found on Amazon. So we love the Anne of Green Gables books, and they have this box set, and it wasn't very expensive. I think under $30, maybe a little bit more. So my daughter has been going through all of these, and they're so wholesome and sweet. So I highly recommend these. They're just beautiful books. They have beautiful stories, so you don't have to worry about anything unkind or learning any bad habits. Because a lot of books, they have brother-sister relationships that are strained and so many terrible things out there. So I love these because they're wholesome, they're sweet, and they're wonderful. And last, I wanted to share with you my spelling. So we've had kind of hit or miss with spelling. So this year we decided to just do spelling lists. So this year for 4th grade, I found these great ones, sorry. So I found these. They're just spelling list, if you will. So I found these on Teachers Pay Teachers. I don't know her, but it was 1st grade Pandemania. And I really enjoy this because it really just goes through these challenge words, spelling lists, and that's kind of what we need. We've done a lot of spelling curriculum. We haven't had a lot of luck. We don't need a lot of extra time spent on things. So the spelling was good. So I have loved it so far. If you have a spelling curriculum that you absolutely adore, would you comment below? I would love to hear about that. And would you subscribe, because I'm going to be pouring out new content, and I want you to hear all about it, about different curriculums that we have loved, about different curriculums we've enjoyed. But don't leave quite yet. I have one more curriculum that I absolutely adore, top favorite. Don't leave without it. It is IEW US History. We love the writing lessons in here. If you do Essentials for Classical Conversations, this is part of the curriculum, but you can do it as a standalone. We are actually not doing Essentials with my daughter this year because we have a baby, and we just decided there was too much going on that we didn't have time to go to the class. But this is great. They have a teacher's manual that goes with it. It's all spelled out. You learn so much about history, about writing, about complex sentences, about grammar. I mean, there's so much to learn here. So about keyword outlines, I cannot praise this book enough. It is so thorough. And so I'll just do a little flip through. We're talking here, we're doing a keyword outline here. They have outlines to discuss their ideas. They go through different papers each week, and my daughter really has done a lot of that herself. They do dressing up sentences, so they'll say use a ly adverb in your sentences to make your writing more enjoyable for your listeners. So this is a really good overall curriculum. If you get your hands on IEW stuff, this stuff is wonderful because it's very thorough, it's very robust, and you don't miss anything with it. So I hope you've enjoyed my 4th grade curriculum review. If you have a favorite 4th grade curriculum, would you comment down below? Would you please also subscribe and like this channel if you have a chance? I would love to hear more about you and your homeschooling journey, so please leave a comment below. I will see you later. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.